Hello, everybody.
Hello and good evening.
We are live here with April. How are we doing, April?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And of course, I am co-hosting with Gary.
Pleasure to have you along, and thanks for joining us. April, the New Jersey housewife. Tell us more.
Psychic housewife of New Jersey.
Psychic housewife of New Jersey. I have made some notes, so I do a little bit of shorthand as well. So, clairvoyance, celebrity, psychic, medium, shaman. Tell me more.
Oh, what else do I do? I do remote viewing, automatic writing. I appeared on an episode of the Holzer Files. You might be seeing me on another show, maybe soon. Oh, we got somebody saying hey already.
Yeah. This Gain is saying hello there. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Do you do much investigating?
Oh my God, yes, and I'm a paranormal investigator, so that's another one of my passions. I also I'm with my agent Flamery Promotions, so we do events where we take the public with us on investigations. So also he has like Daryl Marston that does events. Who else? Mustafa Gadalori from Ghost Hunters. Brandon. I love Brandon. We just got who did we get? Oh my God, my mind is like
I interviewed Daryl and Brandon yesterday. Well,
Brandon was on yesterday.
We have interviewed them all, so we'll be sharing it as well and catching up. So, what a pleasure that was.
Yeah, isn't he great?
Just.
Oh, I missed it. For some reason, I thought it was tonight.
Yeah, but that's what we'll sort out.
Yeah,
we'll sort that out as well.
Yeah.
So, have you got any questions, Dennis?
One thing I've looked up briefly about you before I've asked to come on with Gary is the formula of a haunting. Is there anything you can tell us about that?
No, that's Brandon's.
How is he? I thought you were something involved with that at all. I must have read that wrong.
Well, I have discussed it with him privately. So yeah, he's brilliant. He is absolutely brilliant because he takes the scientific side of it and also working like with mediums too. He does believe in that, but he does it from a scientific point of view, and he gets amazing. So, I got to tell you, Brandon and Mustafa and Daryl always get the best evidence I've ever seen, the best EVPs. I don't know if you watched Formula of a Haunting. There was one part, I forgot where he was. My brain's all over the place, but they actually captured like this. They didn't realize it, but the camera's panning around, and they capture like a person. It was crazy. It actually scared the hell out of me when I saw it. I get scared too.
So, being a housewife of New Jersey, is there anywhere else that around New York?
I'm sorry.
Is there anywhere like other parts of New York where you investigate?
I'm all over the U.S. I was just in Virginia with Mustafa from Ghost Hunters. I was just there with him, and Natalie Jones was with us. And we did an investigation there. It was crazy. Berkeley Plantation in Virginia. And I did that with, that was a Flamery promotion. And we had RTL Paranormal with us. That was great. But we got crazy evidence. We were actually in the middle of that. I was telling them, we're in the room, we have the guests there. And I was talking about how this man was walking in. He used to be a worker, and he walks in. And with that, all of a sudden, the door opens by itself and then closes by itself, and nobody's standing there. But we caught on the recorder on the EVP. We got "Get out now" as the door was opening, like he was telling us to get out. So now Mustafa goes back there with his group. The door doesn't open, but they catch the same voice going, "Get out now."
Right.
Yeah. So
have you done anywhere else in Virginia and that? I was obviously talking about the Willow Weeps house as well.
I haven't been there yet. The Shanley Hotel, which I'm going to be there March 26th and 27th. I'm going to be there. Rob Demarest. I don't know if you guys remember from Ghost Hunters International, where he did, with the UK. And so we'll be doing that, the Shanley Hotel. Oh my gosh, I've been everywhere. I just can't figure it out in my head. And also, you know what? How I started out, I actually started out helping not only with my readings, but I help people call me from all over, all over the tri-state area, that they have a haunting, and I will go to the house to investigate on my own and to remove the spirit that's in the house. If it's a child, I will be there in a heartbeat. Like, I got a call last week, and they said, I have an issue with a shadow man in the house, and it's scaring the children. And hey, Jessica. And I drove there. It was 2 hours away. I drove 2 hours there to go get rid of the guy. And I told him this guy was a little reluctant. I said, I'm going to go back again, but they might feel a little, it acts up after I leave a little more. And then then they leave.
Yeah.
This guy didn't get crossed over. A lot of times I will get to cross them over.
You find as well, sorry, April. Carry on. I was just going to say there where you're leading into around the children with house clearances and all that, and things going spiritually on. What I've noticed over the years as well, when we get children on an investigation, I'll always take a little bit of a step back first to see if the energy is trying to play games with you.
I always say that they're not children cross over right away. It's very rare that you're going to find a child on. I mean, I will go to a house if there's children involved, living children. Because that takes priority, because that's how I started out. I was 4 when, I first started seeing spirits. So, and it's scary. So I don't want these kids to be scared. So I go and I talk to the children and I explain to them a lot of the times it could be explained. These people, I explain to them the spirit is just lost. They're scared. I don't want the child to be scared. There's no demons, people right away go to the demon factor, and it's not always like that.
Well, also, what I've seen as well, a friend contacted me the other day saying a little one's struggling to sleep at the moment. I said, well, what's gone on trauma-wise? Oh, somebody put a clown mask on. I'm like, wow, are you surprised that child's not slept? Do you know what I mean? So sometimes it can be...
the imagination, too. What child is not afraid? I mean, we've all been afraid of the dark. Everyone's afraid to sleep with their foot out, that the boogeyman's going to grab it. Everyone's afraid of what's under their bed. So it's everything. Sometimes kids let their imaginations run wild, but as soon as I get a call, I'll connect with them right away. I'll know if it's real or not.
Yeah, because I've got 3 daughters, all different ages, and they've only got, if there's no light on, they'll get up straight away. And as soon as I look at something, their mind straight away makes it into a shape, and it's scary, and they come running out.
Yeah.
So I need a little bit of light.
Not everything's paranormal,
Yeah.
But I know, believe me, I've gotten a lot of calls like that, and I'm like, it's not paranormal. It's just imagination run wild, and then you get scared, and you got to take a lot of things into factors too. What's going on in the family too, when there is a haunting, are there issues in the home? Because they feed off of that negative energy. Mommy or daddy might be fighting, so negative energy creates negative energy.
It creates the atmosphere as well, doesn't it? Which brings it in from even outside. If there's a lower energy passing around, it will just get drawn to where it can go and feed.
The negative energy will attract that other bad energy. It attracts, So sometimes they manifest. Like I've done a house where it was just little shadow people, and it was actually manifested from one of the people living in the house, from their negative energy, because it's energy. It wasn't actually a living person, but they manifested this negative energy, and it was coming off as shadow people.
It's their battery pack as well, isn't it? So where you've got the positive, you've got the negative, but it gets drawn to their battery pack as well. So where it can feed or where it can build itself.
Absolutely.
That's what it goes towards as well, what I've noticed over the years. So sometimes if you walk in a building and you're thinking it's quite flat and it's like nothing started yet, you get the feeling automatically if it's positive or negative in and around the building, even on the approach prior to it.
Yeah.
Would you say there's somewhere where you've been really not eerie, but you've been somewhere where you've had like really take your time before you've actually stepped onto the property?
Well, you know, I do remote viewing. So as soon as I'm told I'm going somewhere, I go there. I'm already there. I can put myself there and I can pick up already what we're going to do, what's happening. So, but not, and then, you know, I'll get bits and pieces, but when I get on the property, there's even more. But I'll tell you, I had 2 instances that scared the heck out of me. And one is a place that I go to all the time. And it seems that different spirits would show up. But I dealt with a not a nice spirit one time. It actually made me sick for about a week. I had to cancel all my readings, all my appointments with my clients. So,
also, as well with that, you can't really explain to everyone that you're having to cancel for that reason. It's just like the balance needs to come around you as well, isn't it? You know, you have to readjust.
I have to recharge. Yeah. I have to recharge. My energy field was penetrated by this thing. He actually just got through to me.
Which is your aura, which can leave a chink in your aura, and then you've got to repair that, haven't you, as well? And then you've got your protection up, and you're wrapping yourself up.
Thank God I'm a shaman, so I can.
I mean, you must have been some amazing places. Was there a touch on the Amityville Horror House?
Oh, I haven't been there. I have been to the Conjuring House.
Right. Okay.
The Conjuring House was a little crazy for me. That's funny. That thing, the thing that was there, that actually I think that Zach Bagans did a show on that I didn't see. I didn't see until afterwards. He had an issue with this entity that was outside. Months before I had gone to the Conjuring House, this thing was contacting me. And he showed me where he was. He was on the outside of the property. He couldn't get on the property. And he was not being mean to me. He was trying to lure me there, like being friendly. And I knew there was something up to no good there. But I kind of pieced it together when I got there. But as I was driving to the investigation, I'm driving in my car. I'm by myself. And all of a sudden, I can see through the eyes of this woman. She showed me. She's at the Conjuring House. And she showed me that she's doing like spells. And she was like, she took like this puppet up, that she made, like a person. And she was sewing it together. And she's showing me what she's doing. And she showed me how she put it like all in different spots on the property in the shape of a pentacle. And then she put it on each corner. But she goes to me, she goes, and the owners will never find it. So this thing that was trying to lure me there was actually kept off the property by this woman. And now as a shaman's the only ones that could break a witch's curse. So a lot of people don't know that, but the shamans are the only ones that could do that. So I think he was trying to lure me there that I would do that for him so he can get back on the property. And this thing was actually an elemental. And somehow she did some type of thing to keep certain energies off of that property.
Also, as well, I mean, I've got a few certain witches quite close to me, so I've always got a tendency to put a barrier up in between certain properties or walls or gardening or your land as well, so you keep your own positive energy in and around where you're working as well,
Mm-hmm. I just know nobody can touch me. I was, try if you may, you're not getting through to me.
Just above your name there, April, it looks like you've got Princess Leia trying to come through. It's just getting loads of speckly, just on the camera here, just to your.
Oh, you know why? My walls. I always tell my fans when they watch my show, my wall is green, so the screen is trying to catch the green screen. So
that's fine,
and I love it.
We'll always go and debunk first, so that's fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. always. I've been to places where it's, I always say not everything is paranormal.
April, for the people that may not know, can you tell us a bit about your involvement with the Holzer Files?
You know what? I was on an episode of the Holzer Files. The producers actually contacted me about the place, and they said, "Have you ever been there?" And I'm like, "No." But but I can tell you what's going on. So again, I do the remote view, and so as soon as I connected to them, I said, people are seeing a woman in white. I said, I see this woman. I see her outside by a tree. I see her walking towards the stone wall, and she sees a man, but the man disappears, and then she disappears because she's trying to find this man. So, all right. So fast forward, I said, listen, let me drive up to Lambert Castle because I've never been there. And I said, let me see what else I pick up. So I get to Lambert Castle. They have already closed. So I can't get inside, but no big deal for us, right? So I'm walking around. I found the tree. I found the wall with it. I'm like, holy crap, it really is here. So as I'm walking, all of a sudden I hear this woman crying, like uncontrollably. And I said, oh my God, this poor woman lost a child. She's crying over a child. So now my remote viewing kicks in. I am in the room with this woman. And it's an older woman. She's sitting on the bed, and she's got her hair back in a bun, the black dress, the old-fashioned black dress with the white collar. And she looks up at me, and she's like, "I'm not who they think I am." Now I said, "Oh my God, I knew what she meant." Everyone thought she was the lady in white. So now we fast forward. I go to film with Dave Schrader and Shane Pittman. I'm going up the stairs, and as I'm turning the corner with the producer to go meet Dave Schrader, there's a picture there. And I said, oh my God. I said, that's the woman I saw. It was a woman in a white dress on her wedding day. It was the daughter of Mrs. Lambert. And everyone thought it was Mrs. Lambert, the lady in white, but it was the daughter. Now, the daughter passed too before the mother. So now when I tell Dave Schrader, I'm telling him the story. I'm sorry, my eye is running today, my allergies. Okay. Dave Schrader goes, it's funny that you say that, because I said she was crying over, losing a child. He said Mrs. Lambert lost 5 children, including the one daughter in the wedding gown.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Also, as well, I've noted there that there's documents, letters, photographs, chilling audio and visual recordings dating back to 1950s on that.
On what, on that? You know what? I never ever look into any of the. I don't research. I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything. Like I said, don't even tell me. I said you could drive me there. You could blindfold me. Don't tell me a word.
Sure.
Yeah. So
as a medium, I work blind and raw myself. Obviously, it's just notes that I've just had to see where.
I don't want to know a thing. I don't want to know anything. My friends, I'll go out on investigations, and my friend said, listen, one of his friends needs us to go to the house. So as I'm talking, I said, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm picking up suicides. And this is just true. I don't even know the address. I said, there's a lot of suicides here. And I said, and there are bodies on this property. Bodies have been buried here. I don't know if they're still there, but that, I see lots of bodies. So now they drive me to the house. It's a condominium, and there happen to be 5 suicides in the place.
What I've always found over the years is when I go to a place or a location, I'll ask for the older energies to come through first, take it back to the earliest session. So as it's unveiling the energies around the buildings and the spirits there, it can be from the 1500s, 1600s to start with. And then when you've had a break, the next session could be a totally different decade or chapter as well. So that gives a different insight into investigations as well, where it's not just all the same thing throughout the night when you're working with the public.
I just, I don't even use it. I don't call on anybody. I'm telling you, when I go, I know everything. It's like everything's being downloaded into me. Sometimes I get to talking. I hear them talking. I get audio, which scares the hell out of me, especially if I'm sleeping. Who works out too?
I think that's Karen, possibly, or Jolene. So again,
Hi Paul, have you got any experience with helping people who, what we're trying to do is raise money for this great charity, Calm. Is there anyone that you've worked with that you've helped to, now would have benefited from this charity?
I personally have not had that experience, but I have picked up people, that passed this way in readings. And I noticed, this is how I know if it was suicide. They will not tell me how they passed. And it's usually because they're ashamed of the pain that they caused the family. So they don't even want to tell me. So I know right away that's what it is.
So going back to, say, your earlier on days is where you've had to develop and harness your abilities. How did you find it on the earlier days when you was not developing with this, but putting yourself on the path to move forward and be more positive, giving all this accurate information?
Well, you know what? I was born this way, so I mean, right off the bat, I like the spirits. But they, the good and bad comes, because it was what happened was my father died. My mom remarried 2 years later, and my real father shows up, my dead father. But from him coming to visit me to tell me he's okay, other spirits came in, so they were not so nice. So that's how it started. And then, as I it was terrifying growing up that way. And my family could feel it too, but they couldn't see what I was seeing. I could just only explain to them what I was seeing. So now, all right, fast forward, I'm not, kind of like it's in and out. It's in and out. It's not part of my whole life. I'm a kid. I want to have fun. And, but as I get older, I start going out with friends and, like I was at a bar. This is like, and I'm doing little readings here and there for friends and everything, but not like doing it, publicly or professionally. But I was at a bar and I'm sitting next to this girl. And I look at her and I said, "Who's Joe?" And she goes, "That's my boyfriend." And I'm like, "Why do you let him hit you?" And she starts crying. I said, "If you continue to stay with this man, he's going to kill you." And she was crying. And I never spoke to her again. We weren't friends, but she responded like crazy. Like, I hope she took, heeded my words, because that she was with a bad guy. But then I'm like, oh my God. So I really have this ability to help people. And so I said, that's what I'm going to do, and help people. But my whole thing I really wanted to do was help children, because this happened to me at 4. So there's got to be other children experiences too. I can't be the only one. So I make it my mission to go help other families that are being haunted, because most likely the child is a medium.
Also, as well, with that, I always find round about the time of the youngster's brains developing, about 4, that's when the time of that really does.
That's when I start.
First memories, definitely around the first memories. And I always find a lot of children are open, and if a parent calls you to help them with certain situations, I'll say, well, you can ask their guidance team to visually close them down if they're seeing or sensing too much, too strong. It depends where they live, depends what's going on around them. And you can ask the team to say, well, just close them down to give them a bit of a respite as well for a year or two. And it depends what they've seen or what they've come across,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but you was born with this gift, where whenever you've gone to like any venues, you obviously don't touch any gadgets, or do you have any gadgets to help you?
Oh, I love equipment. I love it. I love Brandon Alvis. Like he has all the best equipment in the world. So I think it's so cool that equipment can prove scientifically what we are picking up. So there's science to back us up. So I absolutely love it. I'm all for it. So I love EVPs. Sometimes I forget I'm a psychic when I'm out on investigations, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. And they're like, what are you picking up? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, oh, all right, wait a minute. I'm having too much fun with this.
Do you ever have a dip in your energy? Do you have a dip in your energy after you've worked on an investigation?
Oh, yeah. It's called the paranormal hangover, up all night, but yeah, absolutely. I need, oh yeah. Karen's saying Brandon Alvis is a great guy. Brandon Alvis is freaking brilliant. But, yeah, the guy, some instances it takes me a week to recover, depending on it. Like the Shanley Hotel, that one instance I had at that place with this scary man, that took me a week to recover. I had to cancel. I was booked solid for a week. I had to move all my clients. or all over the place, because the other, because I was already booked a couple months in advance, so it was tough. I had to like take a few days where I worked all day.
Have you got any? Sorry, go.
That's okay. Go on, young man.
I was just going to say, have you got any events lined up for the next few months that you want to tell anybody?
Okay, so I'll tell you, March 26th and 27th. Let me make sure of this. I will be at the Shanley Hotel with Rob Demarest from Ghost Hunters International. He was also on Ghost Hunters and Destination Truth. I don't know if you know those shows. I think you should. Let me just say, I want to make sure my dates are right.
Have you got 2022 diary yet?
But so far, that's right now. I'm just doing my private events, and my clients, and then I start up again in March. In March, I'm gonna be filming with my friend Animal. We're gonna be up at the Hinsdale House. I've been there too. That's a crazy place. So
Spoke to Dan earlier.
I'm sorry.
You just spoke to Dan earlier.
Oh, that's right. I said it. So, yeah, and the Ghost Finders. Yeah. That's a crazy place. You know about that place? It's not so much the spirits there; it's the energy. That's really creepy. Creepy factor 100 times.
Libby's just said that you need to come to Virginia.
I was just in Virginia.
We was talking about that before.
Yeah, I'll be back in Virginia because that's where our agent is Flammary Promotions, Ray Savino. If he's watching, hey Ray. But he has his team out there, RTL Paranormal. That's who we work with at our events. They are freaking amazing. So I definitely I'm going to be back in Virginia for sure.
Just some amazing places over there that we're all dying to get to, and vice versa as well. Yeah. Anything about the A&E Ghost Hunters?
Well, I'm not on that show, but I don't know. There might be stuff coming up for these boys.
Okay, just thought touch on that.
Hey Karen, what did Dad say about me? Listen, these boys are way too talented not to be doing something. So I have a really big feeling something's going to be coming up for them. I feel like there's talks about them. I was picking that up last week, and I told them I just hear talking about them. So something's up.
Libby's put a comment on there and see what you can pick up on that.
Wonderful. I'm a Culpepper. Oh, I don't know what that. Do you know? I knew. That's funny you say. Now this is really weird. My husband's good friend, his last name was Culpepper, and he actually committed suicide. I didn't even think about that. Just seeing that name, just holy cow! I haven't thought about that in so long.
Wow,
isn't that like? I always say there's no coincidences.
Oh, most definitely, and how things tie in as well. It's just,
yeah. Oh my God!
That
just took me back.
Is there? If there's anyone that wants any readings, I think April's offering to do any. If that's okay.
Nah. No, I'm not kidding.
I did do a card before for April prior to coming on, and that was an archangel, wasn't it? Very inspiring.
Yes, the guardian, right? A guardian.
Yeah, angel, guardian right? Angel. Yeah.
Just what I need. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Am I in the comments? Do we see? Oh, here's the comments. I couldn't see the comments.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna look at everyone's.
Yeah, if you're drawn to anyone, feel free.
What about the birthday girl?
Go back up.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Well, too, if somebody wants to come on too, I love looking at the people because I look at their energy. Oh, Karen's so sweet. I love Karen. Karen, what'd you think of Brandon? All right, so does anyone have a question for me? This is too many. April reading for and said my mom talked about my damn cat. Wait, I remember something. Remember before. Oh my God, that's right. The damn cat. Libby, I remember that. That was Tuesday, or was it last Tuesday? Oh my God, the days just start to melt into together. So you know what I like to do instead of like doing general readings, I like people to ask a question because or else
ask a question first.
So ask a specific question. All right. It's not a matter of feeling drawn because I could be here all night. So if somebody wants to ask me a specific question, so we can try and get more people in. That's what I do with my show because I can answer more people. Because if I go into a general reading, I could be here all night.
Sure. I think it was Tracy Evans. Anybody ask a question and then we'll get underway.
Yeah.
It's actually Tracy Evans' birthday. So happy birthday.
Who's that?
Tracy Evans.
Hi, Tracy. Happy birthday. Happy birthday from Jersey.
She's actually one of the moderators helping keep out all the spam and.
Well, Tracy, please ask me a question. I'll give you a reading.
Here we go. Our young lady's coming in there by looks. Our Karen's in the background as well.
Yeah.
What would you say has been your most mind-blowing, rememberable reading that you've ever done?
You know, I've had a lot of readings. One where a mother came to see me. I was at the New Jersey Para Unity event, and a mother came to this woman, you know, dark hair, dark eyes, you know, like a darker skin. I don't know if she was Hispanic, but she sits down, and all of a sudden, I'm picking up this little boy. He had to be like 4 years old, and no, I'm sorry, like 4 or 5 years old. But he was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed little boy, and I'm like, oh my God, they didn't look anything alike. That's why it was throwing me off. I'm like, who is this little boy? Doesn't look like he'd be related to. And he showed me he's bleeding out. This is horrible. He's in a hospital. So I said, I'm sorry. I said, I'm picking up a little boy, blonde-haired, blue eyes, and he showed me that he's in the hospital bleeding out. And she starts crying. She goes, that's my son. You know, he had this rare disease where he bled out. And so I said, he's asking for Gigi, and Gigi's his sister. But now the little boy's getting all excited because he's talking. He's like, he's showing me, he's telling me, he goes, I can fly now. Tell my mom I can fly. He's showing me he's in the Superman outfit with the cape. So, and then he goes to me, he goes, I'm famous too. He goes, I've been on TV too. So he's showing, and I said, he's telling me he's been on TV, that he's famous like me. And he's showing me a parade. He showed me all these people dressed up in costumes and superhero costumes, and the police. And that's what happened was when he passed, all the policemen and everyone dressed up in superhero outfits, and for the procession for his funeral. So that was sad. That was sad and cute at the same time because he made it over safely and he was fine. So it gave closure to his mom.
And that's amazing. And to be honest, that puts a gulp in your throat, doesn't it? It really.
Oh my God! I had to stop reading for a while. Like I had to get up and take a 20-minute break.
Libby's put a comment on there. Don't know if you can read that, Dennis.
She says she sent a doll to England that belonged to her aunt who had passed, who believed it to be haunted. What does my aunt and mom feel about that?
Your mom's a pip. I just got to tell you, she just speaks her mind. She's like, I don't believe in that. She's like, I don't believe in that stuff. I don't feel like the doll is haunted. Like there's not a spirit in it. It might have some negative energy undertones from it because in a placement where it was, because I feel like it was in a place where it wasn't happy, a lot of arguing, a lot of negative energy. So I don't see a spirit in it, but I feel like it's negative. Like I think things could have negative energy attached, but I don't see a haunting with this doll.
I've worked with a few demonologists and stuff like that in a bit of a partnership when we've gone to do house clearances. Have you ever had to encapsulate or withhold a spirit, and if it won't move on, take it elsewhere and then have a word with it elsewhere away from the property?
Well, that's what shamans do. That's what we do. We remove them. If they don't want to leave, we remove them. So there's a way of doing that. Yes.
And again,
I get a good rapport with spirits all the time. What I do, because what you see is so scary, how they portray themselves, because they're actually scared. So they're trying to scare you and do fear into you. But I take them back into their human form when they were here on Earth, and I have a talk with them, and we rapport, and I walk them over.
I always say that's the compromising, isn't it? So they've got to be on your wavelength, and then you say, well, if you're not dealing with me and working with me, I'll go and work with somebody else as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So they've got to toe the line in and around you as well.
I'm sorry, what was that question? I was actually I looked over to the right to read everything.
I'm saying sometimes when spirit don't toe the line, when they're trying to be over dominant or they're trying to not move away from a property sometimes you just need that little word and then get them on your wavelength.
I'm a Sicilian mom. They're leaving. No. You're not arguing with the mom. So
Jessica's asking a question.
Out of here.
Jessica's asking a question, April. Are there any messages for her around in the spirit world?
All right, that's a little broad. Let me see.
Hi guys.
Hi Karen, what's going on?
Hey beautiful. Okay boys, as April's going to do messages from now, the girls are going to take over for the next 25 minutes.
Who's I'm sorry, who's that?
You and I, April.
I love it. Okay.
So I want to say thank you guys for all your questions for April. And as we're going to move on to the messages segment, then we'll say thank you to Gary and thank you for Dennis for all your questions for April. And we'll see you all. You will see both of you, I think, tomorrow now. I think you're on again now until tomorrow, I don't think. So, okay. So what I remove the boys and then I will do.
Bye, Dennis.
Yeah.
And then I will do the readings with you because I just thought it'd be good for the two of us to have a little quick catch up and then we'll go straight into the readings, if that's okay with you, honey.
Okay, sounds fine.
Okay, beautiful. Thanks, boys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay. Do you want to do what we normally do? If anybody wants to come on screen, then we'll give you the option. Please let me know.
You that way.
Because I know you love it when people come on screen and talk to you that way.
Because I could see the energy around them.
So, I turned my camera off. I turned the wrong one off. So if anybody would like to come on screen, then let me know. I will send you the link and you can come on screen and join us. Or if you'd like a reading from April, the other way we work it is can you please ask a specific question rather than can you tell me something or have you got something for me?
Yeah, you know what? Because then we could be here all night. But you know, I gotta tell you, I now that we're talking, I keep picking up a B name, and I feel like the name is like a Bobby Bubby, a weird name like that with a B name, Bobby Bubby. It's probably like a nickname or some sort. If anyone can relate to that.
Okay, so girl power. Yeah, girl power. Yeah, no disrespect to the boys, but I thought let them do the interview and ask you all the questions.
And then we get to work. We're getting down.
Yeah. Okay, so Tracy, happy. Oh, it moved. The screen moved. Tracy Evans, can you tell me who sits at the bottom of my bed? Happy birthday, Tracy. from all of Festival of the Unexplained. She is one of our moderators this weekend.
Okay.
And it's her birthday and she's doing this.
I feel like this is definitely a female. This is a family member and a female just coming to like show love. I'm sorry, somebody's calling me. Stop calling me. We want the show. This is a female energy, like a mother energy, or they were a mother themselves, because I see them with a child too. Like they have a child over there. It's just a very loving. It's like the energy that sits at the end of your bed is sending love. Like it's just a very loving feeling. Can you relate to that, Tracy? Or would you know this, Karen, since she's your moderator?
No, to be honest, no, I don't know. She's not spoken to me about it.
Yeah.
Tracy, if you want to come on screen and join us, let us know. She did say my dad was Bob, because you were saying about the name.
Oh, okay. Like, did they call him Bobby? Or Bubby? You know, like, oh, well, you know what? That's why I'm probably hearing it like Bubby, because of the accent. The English accent to me. So did they call him Bobby or Bubby, Bubby, with the accent?
Yeah, I could say it's probably our accent.
But I feel like a female energy over there. So that's at the bed. I know she's probably thinking this is her dad, but of course your dad is with you. Let me tell you something. Your dad keeps talking about something on a doorway, something that has to be fixed. Like on the threshold by a door, something with the door that has to be fixed. It's driving him crazy. Could you relate to that, Tracy?
Yes. She said yes, and it could be my mother.
It's definitely a mother figure, because I said it was a mother figure. Did she have another child that she lost, or possibly a miscarriage? Because there's a child with her, like a baby. She's letting me know that there was a child over there. Now with your dad, he's making reference to a door that needs to be fixed, or something with the doorway.
My bedroom door, she said.
Okay, all right.
It's a doorway, and she wrote my bedroom door.
Okay, well, this is their way of validating that they're with you, to let me know something that I wouldn't know to tell you. So he's with you.
Oh, and she says my twin passed at birth.
Oh, okay. So she has the baby with her. Can I tell you, that's your mom at the baby? You just sending you love and energy. She's watching over you. Stop worrying so much. Stop worrying. She's trying to soothe you. Sleep. She says you're doing a fine job. Okay. So I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying with that.
It's funny because she sent me a message less than 20 minutes ago. And when I read her message, I picked up on that, what you've just said about her stressing and her worrying and fretting about things. Mm-hmm. I picked up on that when she messaged me not long ago, just before I came on. Mm-hmm. I was picking up on that nervous, a combination of nervous, anxious energy. And so I was picking up on that. So it's interesting that you've literally just said that. And that's what I was picking up on when I was talking to her not that long ago.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go. She hasn't replied just yet. So we go with Gemma. I was walking through my living room one night, early hours in late August 2020, and I heard a voice that made me turn on my heel. I thought it was one of my kids woken up in the night. There was no one there. Can you tell me who that may have been? Oh.
Well, I feel a male energy, and for some reason, I don't feel like this is a family member. I feel like this is like a random spirit, and that happened.
It does.
So, was it a male voice? Because I'm picking up a male. I just feel like this is probably somebody that had lived in this home, and you just walked into their frequency. I don't think they're going to be much trouble, but So it's not a family member, though.
So they could belong to the property.
Because I gotta tell you, even with me, like every once in a while, I'll catch a random spirit, and they They're passing through. They have nothing to say. There's no worries or anything. Oh, Gemma said yes. Wait.
Yeah. Oh.
So Gemma, yeah, it was a male voice, correct? Don't worry about it. It's like not a haunting, but you could tell them that if you hear that again, I'm like, you got to leave. It's not your house anymore. Just move on. They'll leave.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a haunting. It's not something to bother you, but it's just a random spirit. I had a random spirit like come into my house and like whistle in my face.
Oh.
I had no idea. Now I do this for a living. I had no idea who it was. To this day, I still don't know who it was. It was just a random spirit passing through. That
happens.
I caught the frequency.
That's the thing. That happens, isn't it? People forget that, not everyone that passes through. Oh, she says it was male, I think. Oddly, my dad passed away that night.
Oh, wow. But you heard my voice before your dad passed, though.
I think that's what she said.
Yeah. I don't think that was your dad, but I think that quite possibly, because in the spirit world, they know what's going on. I just don't feel like it was a family member. I just feel like it was a random spirit.
Like I said, it could be someone belonging to the house. I'm just going to back up through the comments, guys, because some of you were asking and commenting before we'd even got started properly. Okay.
Sorry, my allergies are driving me crazy here.
You
winter allergies. Oh. And our weather's crazy. It's hot, cold, hot, cold.
Okay. I've lost the hair. Okay. David says, I have been seeing things lately from spirits to white lights. Is there a reason why?
Well, are you trying to connect? I mean, if you're trying to connect, that's usually what that is. Like I see white lights all the time, but that's spirits around me, and it's just random spirits, or I'm just picking up energy, spirit energy. I don't know if you do this type of work or you're trying to get into this type of work. You might be leveling up into another, your frequency. You're bringing your frequency up, so you'll start. I see flashes all the time. It drives you crazy. And I'm like, beat it, guys.
There you go. Yes, 100%.
Yeah. So you're starting to level up. So those are the spirits starting to come around you. You're on that level now. So now you're starting to see the things like that we see. That's why I like to look at people, because I can see energy around them. I can see the people around them. I can see their life around them. And it's funny. I used to just do phone readings. Like, if I didn't see the person in person. But from doing Zoom, it works so much better for me because I can look at them. I could see their whole life around them.
Amazing.
Crazy.
I know Eddie had a question. I think it was, he said, I want to know the answer. I'm sorry, guys, I'm being naughty and asking a question for myself, which I would never normally do.
All right. Did you wrinkle your nose at it that you're not? I think Eddie's for it and you're not.
No, I am. Yeah, I know I am. I am definitely.
Because I feel like I go in there and there's something I don't like about it.
Okay.
But I feel like Eddie really likes it.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Oh, I wonder what that could be.
Yeah, because I feel like somebody crinkled their nose at one thing in the house. But
I can live with that. But
I do think I'm gonna actually throw some cards down. I have a feeling we're going for this, but wait a minute. Is it 10,000 more than you want, or there's something with price fluctuation with it?
Mm.
This is looking good.
Woo-hoo. Yeah, guys, I never ask for readings. We do all these readings week in, week out, and I never ask. And we never ask a question.
I see you guys going for it. I just feel like I don't know if somebody else is trying to get it too.
Oh, maybe.
There's gonna be something with the price changing.
Okay.
So that's the only thing. So you're gonna have to do that to make it work. And I think it's gonna go out of your comfort zone. But you know what? More than anything, I feel like Eddie wants this.
Yeah.
More than you. And I think you guys are gonna get this. But I'm telling you, I feel like somebody else is trying to get this too. And
yeah,
it might
I wouldn't be
go up
surprised.
again. Do it. Just do it.
Okay.
Time to get out of there, right? Get out of where those spirits are by you.
Oh yeah, but we'll probably move to another one with spirits, and we always do.
Of course.
Robin says, I would love to know who the spirits were in my home. I took a picture a few days ago. There was 2, possibly 3. Oh.
I don't know if these were spirits. I don't know if this is a camera issue. I don't know.
Okay.
Are you feeling anything, Karen? I don't feel it. I think this might have been. I know a lot of people will take pictures. You know what? Let me tell you something. Every time my husband takes a picture of me, there's always orbs in it. I hate orbs. I'm like, it's dust. unless it changes direction. Like if you show me a film of orbs, I just feel like this might be a camera thing. I hate telling that. They get disappointed.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I don't feel
it.
I don't. Yeah, I'm sorry. I would never lie to you, and if I didn't feel, I'd be dishonest if I wasn't honest with you and said, oh, yeah, it could be something. But I don't feel anything. As soon as I read your question, I don't feel anything for that. Same as you, April. Gaynor says, can you tell me if things will improve? Can you tell me if things will improve?
Yeah, first of all, I feel like you have to take initiative too. It's going to be on your part too. I think you got to push a little more. I think your reluctance or waiting for it to improve on its own, I think you need to do a little push. But absolutely you can do this. And you're especially going to see this by March. Definitely changes in March for the better. I feel like I have to close the door on one aspect of my life, though, for you. You're going to have to let go of something. You're going to have to let go and move on. And this is when all these opportunities open up and new doorways open. But I feel like something's coming to an end. And you're going to see the improvement, especially by March. Okay? I hope that you understand what I'm talking about.
Let us know, guys. Please carry on commenting. This is more of a question than it is asking for a reading. Oh, she says. And
hey, Eddie. Eddie wants that house.
He does. He does want that house. We haven't actually told anyone, but we have now.
There's no difference. I don't feel any difference.
Do you feel? Did you pick anything up on that lady at all?
Which one?
The one that asked the question about reading another medium. What's it like reading another medium? It doesn't feel any different, does it? It's just another person. It's just another energy.
Yeah. Once we start going into the reading and then I'm talking and I can, because actually I look at the person and I'm going to see the energy around them. So I can tell by the energy around them if they have any abilities or any issues. I can see their life around them. But I could tell by when I look at them if they have abilities. I could tell. So, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't harm. It's not any better of reading a person without abilities. It's the same thing. Same thing. We're all human, you know, and we all let our guard down. When I go for readings too, I totally let my guard down. I'm like, oh, can you tell me? I want to know about this. You know,
I want to know everything.
I still can't read for myself. It sucks.
I know. It's just not the same, is it? It's like even if you pull yourself some cards or anything, it's just not the same because
I don't even bother because death comes out. Death, the tower, you know, 3 of Swords.
I don't actually, in honesty, Eddie's been drawing my cards this week. Listen, April, did you hear that? Eddie has been doing
All
it.
right, Eddie. Eddie can do this. Eddie, you absolutely can do this.
And did you not tell him last time we spoke? What did you say last time we spoke? You said to him about doing more, and he's pulling in a card each day and doing a daily card. He's pulled cards for me.
That's great. And Eddie, you know what? Let me tell you, you know what the trick of it is? People think you have to know the meanings of the cards. I never knew the meanings of the tarot deck, but I go by feeling. I would pick it up and I'm like, I would look at it and what it felt like to me. What I feel psychically. What does this feel like to me? Like I know one time I pulled what card was it? Maybe like say the justice card, you know, and you would think right away, you know, with a lawsuit or something legal that I actually saw a young police officer come out of this card and he, you know, that just passed. So, you know, it's a feeling I was getting off. I'm going to pull out more because I'm a medium, but I'm saying like you're going to feel a different energy from each card. You don't know the And even if you do know the meanings, don't go by that. Like, because I've done that too. I'm like, oh, I know what this means, but I don't feel that. I don't feel it that way.
I'm like that. I'm glad you said that because I'm like that. I'll pull out tarot cards, and when I read for people, I don't read how I was taught to read. So, you know, generically, if you go and learn, generically, you're taught how to read the cards. Everyone's taught to read them the same.
I was never taught.
Where I went,
the psychic give me the deck of cards and said, she goes, I walked into the psychic. I was young kid, and she said, "You know, you're a psychic." And I said, "Well, yeah." She goes, "Take these, honey." As I was leaving after the reading, she gave me a deck of cards, and it's to play around with them. I had no idea what they meant. I'm like, but as I said, I went off on the feeling of it, and I think that's the best way.
Now, for me, if I give someone my cards, I get them to shuffle them. I do not read the card. I read the person's energy on the card.
Exactly.
That's how I read them now. So I have the card and I'll have my hand above. I don't even do that so much, but 9 times out of 10, it's more because people want a physical card and they want something physical in front of them.
Some people like it. Some people don't like the cards. So you know what? Usually when I do my readings, I you know, if they don't like the card, I don't need the cards. It's fun to touch, so I have to play with my crystal, you know. But yeah, you know what? We don't need them. We don't need them. Just read, feel the energy, read the energy.
So yeah, I don't really, apart from when we do readings online and stuff, sometimes we do cards. Okay, Cordia says, I want to talk about the reading I got from you the other day, please. The woman that made you shake the negative energy you said I had around me. I woke this morning and a knife was upright in my kitchen tiles, dug in there. There's absolutely no explanation of this. Could this have been her? Wow.
You picked up a negative. You did a reading for her? Who did a reading for her?
I don't know.
The woman that made you shake the negative energy you said I had around me. I never told her that.
No, I don't know. I don't know who
you're talking about.
Okay, same.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is there anybody else that's wanted anything? We haven't got anybody else commenting.
No, was you, not me. Not me. I didn't do any readings for this person. I had 2 people today. I don't know. Honey, I'm sorry. I really don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea who that is.
We've had some.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a few odd.
Yeah. I do too, and they're my regular clients that I read every month. So, like, I know my people.
Okay. If there's anybody else asking anything, so and we're 2 minutes to 1 anyway. So I want to say thank you for joining us this weekend. And your question I was in the other room when you asked what did I think to Brandon. Lovely.
Isn't
And
he
I was like, oh, I can't answer her because I'm walking from the one room to the other to set up the laptop to come in. And I thought, oh, I'll just come on air and answer you.
I would make you laugh. You know what I call Brandon? I always tell him he's brain sex because I can listen to him all day.
Do you know it? I said to him, oh, that's it.
I'm getting everyone hot and bothered today.
I didn't say that to him, but I did say to him.
Hey, I said, Dennis, it was so nice meeting you, and I hope to talk to you more. And Gary, too. I love them.
Oh, bless him. Yeah, I did say to Brandon, he just talks, doesn't he? You can just sit and listen to him. You don't need to talk. I was interviewing him, and I was sat there, and I was just listening to him because I was like this, so interested in what he was saying. Yeah. And then I suddenly remembered I was actually interviewing him. Yeah. I was actually supposed to be asking him questions. Yeah. But he was just, he was just genuine and.
Oh my God, he's so down there. I read him, but I'm like, sometimes I just get so lost in what he's talking. I'm like a little kid. I sit there like this. I'm like, keep talking. Just keep talking. He's so amazing. He's brilliant. He's so talented. Like he writes his own music, like his documentary. He's the film. He films it. He directs it.
He does everything, doesn't he? He's just such an all-round person. He's so. I said to him, he's really clever.
Birthday.
Sorry.
Today's his son's first birthday.
Oh,
happy birthday!
Oh, happy birthday to Brandon's little boy.
Yeah. Oh my God, looks just like it looks like him and his fiance. It's a good mix.
Right, guys, we're going to say thank you. Stay online. Stay here. Next up is Patty Negri.
Oh, Patty's coming on. Ooh, that's going to be great, guys.
Yeah, Patty's on next. I was like, time difference. I was like, oh, I'm going to have Patty. I'm going to have April on. Then I'm going to have Patty on. I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. They'll love it. So that's what we did.
Oh, absolutely. You guys are going to love this.
Yeah, definitely.
Guys, if you ever want to get in touch, we go to intuitiveapril.com too.
And yeah, we will put the link on and everything. When we finished, where the link and everything will go on so people can find you. We'll do that for you. We'll get one of the mods to do it. Yeah. Thank you, April. Thank you, everybody.
Karen, I love you, and I love Eddie and Dennis and Gary. I love you guys.
Oh, bless you. Stay there, April, and I will carry on talking to you just a sec. So I'm sure your friend will want to come and say hi.
Okay.